Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a slightly different video because I usually don't do videos like this on my channel. This is going to be about manga. Now I'm sure a lot of you who are familiar with my channel are not really into manga, and that's perfectly fine, to each his own, but I would encourage you maybe to sit around and learn something you haven't. This is mainly supposed to be an informative video for someone getting into manga, and I'm gonna kind of go over each type of manga, or at least the most common ones, and then from there you guys can decide which one you were into. So I'm going to mainly be comparing the single volumes, which are usually the most common ones, and you can't go wrong with them, the 3-in-1s, and the VizBigs. These are all pretty popular, at least among shonen franchises. So without further ado, let's get into the comparison. Alright, so here's your typical single volume. These are the original thing. I mean, not 3-in-1s don't come out and VizBigs don't come out at the exact same time these do. So that's definitely one of the pros. I mean, they're the original thing. Besides just reading from like the magazine it first came out in, it's pretty faithful. Also, I mean, the paper quality, you shouldn't have to be complaining about paper quality in a book, which is kind of questionable about the other ones, but the paper quality is perfect. This is Mob Psycho 100 here. Great comic. But it's nice and rough, the paper. I mean, it's everything it needs to be. It's just a compact size. I mean, it's manga, alright. This is slightly like wider than most manga, but it doesn't really matter. So I would say that it's the most usually for most series that offer all three, it's the most pricey. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Also, I mean, if you get used to having a lot of books in one, this may be like a lot to carry over time. Like if you're going on a trip, you can just bring one 3-in-1 and not have to bring 3 of these single volumes. However, I mean, that's kind of a small thing, and if these never existed, then we would never even know better, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, like I said, it's the original copy. The paper quality is good. Everything else is just pretty much good about it. So that's pretty much for that's pretty much it for the single volume. Now I'll get on to the other ones. So here is your average 3-in-1. I mean, these can vary because some of the VizBigs and some of these come with like 4, and honestly depends. But this is probably the most common one you're gonna get from Viz Media. And there are a lot of pros, there are a lot of cons to these. If you want to collect a series on a budget and you just want to read it, you don't care about the paper quality, you don't care about anything else, you just want to read some awesome series like Full Metal Alchemist, this is the one for you. It's the cheapest, usually retailing at about $15, and considering that most regular volumes go for about $10 each, this is quite a steal. And you can also tell that it's very compact, considering that it's pretty much the size of like 2 volumes. I'm going to show it next to like Mob Psycho 100 here. Like, it's pretty much the size of 2 compared to 3. So it's very compact, and if you don't want to have like this Full Metal Alchemist has 27 volumes, and if you don't want to have to get 27 individual ones, you can just get 9 of these, and it's easier that way, and it's also just more compact on a shelf. But something takes a hit here, and it's fairly important. It's the page quality, and I mean, it's not that bad. It's thin. You can see, on certain spots, you can see through to the other page. You probably can't see it on camera right now, but I mean, it is noticeable. Even for someone who's kind of new to manga like I am, it still is noticeable. But honestly, it's not that bad. I got these for especially for long series. Like, this has 27 volumes, but that's not even that bad compared to series like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Like, if you want to just get into a series and not have to worry about anything else, this is what's for you. But honestly, if you just want to get a quality product, I don't know whether I would go for this one. It's up to you. Also, like, there's no color pages, and I know that's kind of a given with a lot of manga, but seriously, like, it seems like they definitely the quality took a hit, but it's still readable. I mean, the pages don't rip that often. Like, it's not a severe problem. So just take this with a grain of salt, but it's really not that bad for what other people tell you. A lot of people hate on these so much, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's terrible. So that's just my opinion on that. Now let's get to the VizBigs. Okay, so this is Dragon Ball, and I think Dragon Ball is a really good example because it has one for the 3-in-1, it has single volumes, and of course, like you're seeing right now, it has VizBigs. And I've only been collecting the VizBigs for the first 16 volumes, and I mean, it's great. I love the VizBigs. They are 3-in-1s, just like the average 3-in-1s, but they are a lot bigger, and that is one of the main pros for me. I mean, some of these pages are gigantic, and it's super easy to read, and it's just super awesome to see some of this art, because a lot of early manga, just like, it's scrunched up in these pages. You got the art nice and clear here. Also, there are some color pages. These are from originally Akira Toriyama's original color pages, and one great example of this, like, for the 3-in-1s, you just can't really appreciate the art that much. Like, for this, like, look at that. That's a beautiful page. So generally, I think this even, if you have, these are probably the least common out of all of them. They have them for series like Dragon Ball, Vagabond, I've seen it for Rurouni Kenshin, but they are probably the least common, and they do retail for about, this one was about $20, and they are more than the 3-in-1s, but generally, if you get all of them like this, they are less money than the typical volumes. And the quality, I mean, I've heard some people say they break more often and everything, but I mean, the quality, I really love the quality of the VizBigs. I mean, I've only had it with Dragon Ball, so I guess I don't really know it for series like Vagabond, which I haven't started yet. But just in general, I think this is probably my favorite way to collect it, if it's there. I mean, sometimes I just want to cheap out with the 3-in-1s, and sometimes they don't offer either of these. But these are a great option, I would say. I mean, you're not cheaping out completely, but with the 3-in-1s, but you're also getting that compact. The color pages are awesome. Just everything's awesome about the VizBigs, in my opinion. So yeah, now let's get down to the summary. Okay, based on everything I just mentioned prior, I hope you guys, if you're getting into manga, have kind of determined which one would be the best for you if they offer it for the series you're looking into. However, I'm just going to kind of make a final statement for each. So, original volumes, if you want to collect them all this way, I won't judge. They're the priciest, but I mean, you can't go wrong. Whatever. They're perfect. Then you have, Then you have the 3-in-1s, the cheapest option. If paper quality is a problem with you, this may not be the perfect thing for you because the paper quality is significantly worse than the other ones. However, it's the cheapest way to do it. It's probably the most compact, and if you just want to finish a series or binge read a series on a trip, you could just bring a few of these and you got a whole bunch of books. So this is, I mean, it's a good option. I mean, I probably am going to collect the majority of my manga, at least right now, through these, because it's just the cheapest. I care more about quantity than quality, at least in this sense, because it's not that bad. And lastly are my favorites, the VizBigs. I just want to mention one last thing. This one is a little more censored than the other ones. I don't know whether it's like that for other series, but just in general, these are like perfect. They're not incredibly expensive. They're cheaper than the single volumes. Like for a series like Dragon Ball, which has all three, the VizBigs are going in around $99, basically around $100 based on retail prices, which are like $20 for these. The single volumes for Dragon Ball, I know I don't have them right now, but I'm just going to show Mob Psycho 100, for Dragon Ball are approximately $127.20 based on retail prices, which are $7.95. So yeah, and of course, the 3-in-1s are the cheapest, coming in at $84.94 at a retail price of $14.99. And that's especially impressive considering that Dragon Ball, I know I'm not showing it right now, I'm just showing a 3-in-1, but Dragon Ball is weird. So to get the first 16 volumes, you would need to get an extra you would need to get 17 and 18. For the 3-in-1s, the VizBigs just packed 4 in 1, which is crazy for volume 5. But for the last one, so you're basically getting 2 more volumes, and it's still the cheapest for 3-in-1. So that's definitely something to consider. But overall, I think that the single volumes are a good thing, just nothing wrong with them. The 3-in-1s have their problems, but they're good for collecting, and the VizBigs are kind of this not completely cheap way to do it. I mean, they're good quality. I mean, they're the perfect one for me. So, I hope this helped you determine which manga you would want if you're getting into it. Thank you for watching this video. I just kind of wanted to do something like an easy manga video to make, just kind of introduce you guys to the topic and kind of just tell you guys that this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm still going to be making video game content, probably mostly actually for my channel, but once in a while I may make a video like this. So I hope you enjoy it. If you didn't, I mean, feel free to leave feedback. I definitely will take it. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.